Oh, hey everyone. Gosh, it's so good to be back. Welcome back to the Learn English podcast, where we really love helping you learn English through short, everyday conversations.
Yeah, and I'm Bob.
And I'm Julia, your host. Always so good to have you here, Bob. How are you doing today? Feeling good?
I'm doing really great, Julia. Yeah, a bit chilly here, but feeling energized, ready to dive into some fun English today.
Oh, I know, right? Definitely feeling that chill. But yeah, we've got such a great topic lined up, and I think it's going to be super useful for so many of our listeners. It's a fun one. Okay, so you know what? Today's topic is actually all about something that a lot of people are doing nowadays, especially if you're, meeting new people online. We're talking about online dating and those all important first dates.
Ooh, interesting. That's like a really relevant topic, Julia. A lot of people are using apps and websites to meet others.
Exactly. So, we're going to be focusing on essential English phrases you can use when you're, communicating online, trying to express interest. And then, Bob, we'll also look at how to confidently make a great first impression when you finally, meet someone in person for that first date. It's all about speaking English clearly and confidently.
Yeah, that sounds super useful. I mean, it can be a bit nerve-wracking even for native speakers. So having those key phrases, that'll be a huge help.
Totally. It's a big one. So let's dive right in. Okay, so to really help you guys practice these phrases, we're going to simulate a short everyday conversation, like when you're actually planning a first date after you've connected online.
Ooh, a little role play. I like that. What are we planning, Julia?
Well, imagine I just matched with someone really interesting online, and I want to ask them out for a first date.
Nice. So how would you start that conversation? What kind of date are we thinking?
Mm, I think a coffee date is like a good idea for a first meeting. It's casual, not too much pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Coffee is great. So then you'd say, do you want to grab coffee sometime?
Exactly. And then if they say yes, maybe what day works for you, or are you free on Saturday?
Oh, good one. That's a very common phrase. And then if Saturday works, what's next?
I'd suggest a time and place. Great. How about we meet at 2 p.m. at the Daily Grind coffee shop?
Perfect. Short, sweet, and to the point. That's a really good example of how to keep it simple and clear.
Okay, so now that you've heard that little conversation, we're going to help you practice those phrases yourself.
Yeah, this is where you come in. We want you to say these phrases out loud with us. Don't be shy.
Exactly. So let's start with that first one. Do you want to grab coffee sometime? Listen carefully and then repeat it with us, okay?
Right. Say it with me. Do you want to grab coffee sometime?
Great. Again, nice and slow.
Do you want to grab coffee sometime?
Excellent. Feel that rhythm, huh? Now, how about what day works for you? This is super useful. Say it.
What day works for you?
And one more time.
What day works for you?
You're doing great. Let's try the one for suggesting a specific day, like, are you free on Saturday? Try it.
Are you free on Saturday?
Awesome. One more. Make it clear.
Are you free on Saturday?
And finally, for suggesting a time and place. This one's a bit longer, but you can do it. How about we meet at 2 p.m. at the Daily Grind coffee shop?
Ready? How about we meet at 2 p.m. at the Daily Grind coffee shop?
Fantastic. Let's do it one last time, really strong.
How about we meet at 2 p.m. at the Daily Grind coffee shop?
Wow, you are really nailing these phrases. Practice makes perfect, right?
Totally. And speaking of practice, Julia, these phrases we just did are great for after you've met someone or when you're setting up the date.
That's right. But what about the online part of dating? Because let's be honest, that's where a lot of modern dating starts, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And there's a whole new set of vocabulary just for that. It's super important to know these words if you're, exploring online dating in English.
So let's dive into that. Our first one is super common, especially with apps. Swipe right or swipe left. Bob, can you tell us what that means?
Sure, Julia. So, to swipe literally means to move your finger across a screen, like on your phone. And in dating apps, it's about choosing people.
Right. You see a picture, right? And you make a quick decision.
Exactly. If you swipe right, it means you like the person you see. You're interested in them. It's a positive action. You think, yes, I want to know more about this person.
And the opposite then, swipe left?
Swipe left means you are not interested. You want to dismiss them, move on to the next profile. It's like saying, no thank you, very quickly. So imagine you're looking at profiles. If you see someone interesting, you swipe right. If not, you swipe left. It's like the fundamental action on many of these apps.
Yeah, like, oh, I just saw a profile for someone who loves cats and hiking, so I definitely swiped right. Okay, so you've swiped right on someone. Now what happens next, hopefully?
The magic word, match. If both people swipe right on each other, then you get a match. It's a notification that says, it's a match.
So it means there's mutual interest, right? Like both of you said yes to each other.
Exactly. It's the green light to start talking. You can't usually send a message to someone unless you've both matched. So, oh great, I matched with him. Now I can send a message.
And it's like a big deal in online dating. Getting a match is exciting because it means someone you liked actually liked you back. Now onto something a little less exciting, but very real in online dating. Ghosting. Bob, what is ghosting?
Ghosting is like probably the most annoying thing that can happen. It's when someone you've been talking to or even dating just suddenly stops all communication.
Like a ghost, right? They just disappear. Poof.
Precisely. No message, no explanation, no goodbye. They just vanish. It's very common, unfortunately. You might send the message and they just never reply.
So if someone stops texting you back or they stop answering your calls and you have no idea why, they've ghosted you. It's like a sudden end to the conversation without any closure.
Yeah, so you might say, I thought we had a great first date, but then he totally ghosted me. Or, don't ghost your matches. It's not polite. It's considered quite rude, actually.
Definitely. It's a very modern term, but a very common experience. Okay, so let's move from the online world to the real world. You've been chatting with someone, maybe you've matched, and now you want to meet them. What's the phrase for that?
You ask them out. This means you invite someone on a date to go somewhere specific, like a coffee shop, a restaurant, a movie.
So it's making the move to meet in person. I'm going to ask her out for dinner.
Exactly. It's like taking the initiative. You're saying, hey, I'd like to spend time with you outside of the app or just texting. So he finally asked me out on a picnic last Saturday.
Yeah, it's about proposing a specific activity or time to spend together beyond just messages. It's a really important step.
So you've asked someone out, you're on the date, and you're hoping for the best. What's that great feeling when the date is going really, really well?
You hit it off. Oh, this is such a good phrase. It means you immediately like each other, you have a good connection, and the conversation flows really, really easily.
it's like you feel comfortable, right? You're laughing, you have things in common.
Totally. There's like chemistry. So if you say, we really hit it off on our first date, it means you connected well, you felt at ease, and it was a fun time.
You might even say, we hit it off so well, we already planned our second date. It's a sign that things are going in a good direction.
Yeah, it's a very positive outcome for a first meeting. It's not just for dates either. You can hit it off with a new colleague or a new friend too.
And finally, on that first date, Bob, what's something you definitely want to do to ensure there might be a second date?
You want to make a great impression. This means you want the other person to think positively about you. You want to, leave a good memory.
So you're trying to show your best qualities, right? You're polite, you're a good listener, you're charming.
Exactly. You're trying to be memorable in a good way. You want them to think, wow, he was really interesting, or she was so kind and funny.
So dressing nicely, being on time, asking thoughtful questions, these are all ways to make a great impression. It's about presenting yourself in the best possible light.
Yeah, and it's not just about looking good. It's about your attitude too. Being confident, being kind, being yourself. All of that helps you make a great impression.
This phrase is super useful, not just for dating, but for, job interviews or meeting new people in general. It's about that initial perception. Wow. So we've covered quite a lot today, haven't we, Bob? From swiping right and matching online to what happens when someone ghosts you.
Yeah, and then we talked about actually, getting out there and asking someone out, and then hoping you hit it off and make a great impression on that first date.
Whew, exactly. It's a lot of useful phrases for navigating the world of dating in English. And remember, the best way to really learn these is to start using them.
Absolutely. Don't just listen, try to make these phrases part of your own English conversation, even if you're just practicing by yourself or with a friend.
So, for your challenge this week, we want you to pick one of the new phrases you learned today. Maybe swipe right, or hit it off, or ghosting, and use it in a sentence.
Just one sentence. Simple, right?
Yes. And then we want you to leave that sentence in the comments section on our YouTube channel. We love seeing your examples there. It helps us build our little learning community too.
And it really shows us you're putting in the work, which is awesome.
So go on, give it a try. We can't wait to read your sentences. Well, that's all the time we have for today on the Learn English podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, Bob. It was super helpful.
Always a pleasure, Julia. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for listening and learning with us. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time on the Learn English podcast. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.